What is a business license, and what is the process for obtaining a business license? Well, to start with, what is a business license? Well, generally, it is a tax or fee assessed by either the state or local government, or sometimes both in combination, whereby any business that intends to carry on business activity within that location or that jurisdiction is required to pay a fee based upon several factors. Okay, now the purpose behind the business license is to make certain that any businesses operating within a given location or area meet certain requirements with regard to public safety and information disclosure and things like that. So in addition to the revenue building function of charging the fee or assessment, you also have that public protection purpose. Now, what exactly is the business license and in what form does it come? Well, generally, you will either register locally with a given designated administrative department within your city or your county if you're not part of a municipal area, or with the state in some states in order to obtain a business license, okay? The license fee is generally assessed annually, but there are some states that allow you to purchase a business license or secure a business license for a multi-year period at a time, 2, 3, even 5 years. Now, the fee that you pay for the business license is generally, it varies from state to state. In some states, it's a fixed fee across the board. It doesn't change based upon the type or nature of the business entity. But that's the minority of states. Most states change the fee associated with a business license based upon the nature of the license and what it allows you to do in the state, the industry in which the business is operating, and the entity type or structure of the business that is seeking the license, whether it's a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a limited liability company, a corporation, a nonprofit company. Any of these, the licensing fee may change or vary based upon those characteristics. Now, what are some of the requirements that you are going to need to actually get a business license? Well, once you've identified the appropriate state and or local office whereby you will make the filing or request for your business license, you generally have to prove numerous things in order to receive the business license. First, there will be some forms that you fill out with general information about the company, and you will attest to the truth of any information that you put in those forms. Generally, you will also be required to provide your proof that your entity exists. That is, your state charter for a corporation or your certificate of origination for a LLC or something of that nature, something demonstrating that the business does legally exist under state law. In some places, you might also be required to report the state or federal tax identification number as part of the process. Now, many businesses are required in order to operate in a state to have licensure or obtain certain certifications. Like if you are going to open a legal office, you would need to prove that you have passed the state bar and are licensed under that state's regime for attorneys. Perhaps the same way with certified public accountants or real estate agents, or there are numerous industries that require certifications or licenses to practice that type of field, in that type of field. So with that being said, you may be required to provide proof of your authority or certifications that you are allowed to practice in that field or area. And then lastly, your location information. Generally, you have to identify where the business will be located, where it will carry on business. That has to be zoned appropriately for that type of activity, and you generally have to prove some sort of facilities or sanitation that you do have, water, heating, or sewer and trash services to the location that are suitable for business operations. So these are some of the bare minimum things that you should prepare for as you are making the determination of how to go about or where to go about obtaining a business license for your business.